What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, I want to talk about the upcoming promo card for Rift Watchers, which is Oshuur Constantia. Now, this card is going to be an incredible support card playable under the Dragon Splinter, which means it has almost as much versatility as the neutral cards. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. I like it because it offers a lot of support. It seems like it is a nice modern version of Kitty. And I know Kitty's technically modern right now, but it's almost like giving newer players a chance to have some Kitty-like abilities, right? And so I like it a lot. I think that I want to have at least some BCX of it. I would love to get a gold copy. I don't know if I'm going to, I would love it to have enough for a gold BCX or gold maxed copy. Now, that being said, I don't know how many packs I'm going to buy, and I've talked about this in previous videos, so we don't need to get into it. I'm still deciding at this point in time, and it will depend on where the prices for SPS probably go, or how much I want to bring in terms of external capital. What I want to talk about in this video, though, is what can we expect from a print rate, and then if we take that print rate, compare it to where the previous promo cards were, and then where the previous promo card prices currently are at, I want to know if we can maybe expect some kind of price range for a card like this. So first stop we're going to go to is let's go to Splinter Cards. So Splinter Cards shows us that we have had roughly 21,382 BCX for Dr. Blight printed. And you can see on all of the other previous cards, and I'll keep it modern, so like Chain Golem, for example, is about 5,400. And then where is the other one? I guess he's not here. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Chain Golem is good enough. I was looking for Halfling Alchemist, but I guess it's not here. So Chain Golem is 5,400. So where should we expect the new card to be at? So if we run the numbers, it's at roughly 10,000, and the way that I got this is 2% chance for each pack that you buy in the presale to have a card, right? For it to have an airdrop. Now, we could have more, we could have less. It's all going to depend on RNG, but in the long term, the stats will trend towards somewhere around 10,000. So that's roughly half of where Dr. Blight is, and it's roughly double of where Chain Golem is. Now, the big difference here, and it's big in the sense that it's going to come down to game meta, right? It's not just about rarity, but it's also how good is the card. So there's three cards I want to look at specifically. The first is Dr. Blight, which we talked about, and that's half of the Dr. Blight BCX. The second is Chain Golem. It's going to be roughly double what Chain Golem has. But there is also the other dragon cards, which at least the red dragon is what I want to take a look at. So now this is about roughly 4x or 3x. No, we'll say 4x of where red dragon is. And why am I including it? Because it's a dragon card, not a neutral card, so it doesn't have as much versatility. So let's go ahead and jump into the marketplace here now for all of the legendary promo cards. Oh, you know what it is? I was looking for Halfling Alchemist, but that is an epic card, not a legendary card, so we shouldn't even count it. So here are the three cards in question. Okay, so you have Dr. Blight currently sitting at roughly 66 bucks. Now, there's going to be less than the amount of Dr. Blight, so maybe you look at where Dr. Blight is as a potential floor, right? Now you take a look at where Chain Golem and Red Dragon are, and this is putting us in the 100 range, 180 range. I think that is actually too high. Now, my big thing with this is because of the fact that it is not as versatile as a neutral card, and it is a little bit higher mana, I do wonder if there's a chance that it'll be a lot closer in price to Dr. Blight than maybe something like a Chain Golem. And Red Dragon is good, but it's also a much older card, right? This is around from the beta edition, so it's not technically modern format even eligible, but it has higher CP and some however people value it for the older cards. Now, are we going to see 180 bucks? We might early on, right? So I'm not talking about that price. I'm wondering where things settle because we're seeing Dr. Blight now kind of consistently around the $60 to $70 range. Or maybe sometimes it pops up to $80. But the point being is that it's, when Dr. Blight first came out, it was going for $200, if you remember, maybe even more than that. I'm sure some people were able to sell theirs early on for that much. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the hype and FOMO of that card first coming out, you get a lot of early adopters that want to max out a copy immediately and start playing with it. But over time, I would expect the prices to trend down from those early parts. Where it trends down to, though, again, Dr. Blight is the biggest proxy. Now, it will be more scarce, more rare than Dr. Blight. It'll be less rare than something like Chain Golem. But I still feel as though Dr. Blight is a much closer proxy. Now, here's the thing. An argument can be made that it is, even though it is rarer than Dr. Blight, it's not as good as Dr. Blight. Now, we haven't played with the card yet. We don't know what potential combos there might be because we don't know what else is coming out with Rift Watchers, and we haven't played it with the cards that are currently available. So there could be some areas in which it becomes super powerful. But I would say, looking at this card, the way that I have evaluated it is that it is very good, but Dr. Blight is broken, right? I do believe that Dr. Blight, at least at the gold level, is somewhat of a broken card. Not that I want it to be nerfed because I love it, right? But it is that good as a promo card. So the question then becomes is that card, is Oshuur just as powerful? And if it's not as powerful, then rarity may not even matter, right? If it's not as powerful, then why would people pay more for it than something like a Dr. Blight, right? And again, the market can be irrational, so people probably will still do that. But the point being is that I think it could end up being very close to the price of Dr. Blight. Potentially a little bit higher, but maybe a little bit lower, but definitely not as high as Red Dragon or Chain Golem. This is my kind of analysis. This is just a prediction, even though I hate doing price predictions. So I'm just trying to give a range here and my reasoning for why I feel that it will ultimately settle within that range. Now, the disclaimers on this, as I said, but I'll expand upon it anyway, is the fact that we don't know what other cards are coming out with it, right? Like Kron is a great card, but Llama's a great card, but together that combo is broken, especially in the lower leagues. So there could be another monster that we have no idea about that ends up being a combo that is broken rather than a single card being broken. So, reserve the right to say if something like that happens, you could see prices like skyrocket because this would be like, oh, this is going to be a modern format for the next 2 years. So yeah, I want to have this card and it's going to be even rarer than something like Dr. Blight. But for the most part, I can see it settling around this range. I can see it definitely being as high up as maybe like 200, similar to where Dr. Blight was when it first came out, but then settling down over time. And again, I don't know that we have the necessary player base to eat it up as much as people are expecting to, unless we get a boom with new players coming in. Now, the last thing that I will want to check is just how many maxed copies can we expect, or roughly. So you got 10,000 BCX that are expected to be printed, and you divide that by the 11 BCX for max copies, and that gives us a little over 900. Now, I don't know how many people are playing in Diamond and Champion, but I would say that 900 copies makes it seem much more rare. And if it does end up being a very solid card, there could be a lot of demand for it. So throwing a lot of things out there at you, which kind of go both ways, right? It could be expensive, it could be not, right? SPS, it could go up, it could go down. Point being is that there's a lot of things to consider here, which makes me want to get at least a couple of BCX with packs, right? So as I've said, I do want to get some BCX guaranteed by buying packs. I don't want to go all out on Rift Watchers, but I do want to buy some packs, be part of the presale, get some of these airdrops, and hopefully, you never know, get something good out of it, and have at least, it's funny because I said that I want either like 50, 150, or 300 packs to guarantee that I get either 1 BCX, 3 BCX for silver, or 6 BCX for gold. Again, I don't know if I will want to do that. It's going to depend on where the market goes over the next couple of weeks. But obviously, getting it to gold will be the goal. So even if I go for just 3 BCX with the cards, I may be looking to move in and have saved that capital, right? Instead of buying the packs, have saved that capital to just go in and buy cards directly, of which this card might be one, right? When the prices somewhat calm down. But if the card is that good, then maybe I'll be one of those people FOMOing it. Who knows? I'm going to try my best not to. But that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to share some quick numbers with you on print rates, on maxed copies, and on where we could expect this potential price range to be. But I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Let me know your comments, or let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we can continue the conversation there. Have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.